Hi guys! Welcome to the Babbling Bee. I hope you're having a very cozy December so far. I hope that your pre-Christmas activities are not too stressful and that you're having time to get cozy with your books and just have some nice quiet time reading. I can't believe Christmas is so close. December has just flown by. It's been a really busy December, which is never ideal for the pre-Christmas season. In an ideal world, I think we would all just have lots of restful time for repose and doing nothing but reading, but this is life. But we are going to talk about cozy reads today because I want to share with you, you may be able to see the sizable stack behind me. I want to talk to you today about just kind of the cozy Christmas reads that I would say are sort of on the periphery of my reading this month. So these are not, like, for the most part, they're not books that I'm just like reading straight through or that I am reading in their entirety. There are some of those, but most of these are just cozy, like coffee table or bedside Christmas books that I kind of dip in and out of in December, or that I have newly acquired this December, and they're just the books that are going to be keeping me company, I guess, over Christmas. So yeah, I guess we better get into it because this is quite a big stack. So first of all, we have In the Manger by Max Lucado, 25 inspirational selections for Advent. I love Max Lucado. I depend on Max Lucado in my spiritual life in a very big way. His writing is just so beautiful and inspirational and loving and gentle to me. Yeah, he's a pastor. He writes Christian nonfiction books and fiction books. And I think he's brilliant. So yeah, I just kind of have been dipping in and out of this one and finding it really lovely for Advent. I'm throwing these on the floor, so thumps will be happening. Okay, so the next one is The Greatest Gift, Unwrapping the Full Love Story of Christmas by Voskamp. Again, another religious book, another devotional. I have not read this in its entirety this month. I've just been kind of dipping in and out, but I find it so moving. Voskamp's writing is so poetic and evocative to me. It's rich, it's raw, it's real. But it manages to be raw and real and poetic at the same time, which just really works for me. Yeah, this is a really, really important book in my life. I depend on it just as I depend on Max Lucado. So yeah, enjoying dipping in and out of that one when I do my quiet time. And then this is Village School by Miss Reed. This is my first Miss Reed read. And I've been reading it for a few months and I put it down for a while. I do that with books. I am such a moody reader and it just takes the slightest, like, I could see something, I could hear a song or do something and it will just completely shift my reading mood, so I tend to kind of go all over the place. And this is a really slow book in a lovely way. Yeah, it's just about, it's the first in the Fairacre series, and it introduces remarkable schoolmistress Miss Reed and her lovable group of children who, with a mixture of skinned knees and smiles, are just as likely to lose themselves as their mittens. So it's kind of looking at, like, Miss Reed and her adorable, quirky little charges at the school, but also just the village of Fairacre itself. It's just cozy, old-fashioned British vibes, and I'm really loving it for that. And I actually picked this back up just yesterday because I'm kind of like newly in the mood for it, and I would really love to finish this by the end of the year. So hopefully I will finish it in December, but like, I'm not gonna promise myself that I'm gonna do that. We'll just see how it goes. Oh, big one. Okay, this is The Christmas Chronicles by Nigel Slater, which I got for my birthday in August because I start getting excited about Christmas, you guys, like, as soon as Christmas is over. So yeah, it took a lot of self-control for me to not dive into this immediately, but I may or may not have actually started reading this, like, in late August or early September. I can't exactly remember, but this is Nigel Slater's kind of, like, compendium of Christmassy mini essays, like, Christmas food writing. It starts on November 1st, I think. That's the intro. Yeah, it starts on November 1st. A toast to the winter solstice. Beautiful food photography in here. Nigel Slater writes about food very lusciously. And I love his writing in general. I just love Nigel, what can I say? And he loves Christmas, so as soon as I found out that he was putting together a Christmas book, I was like, I have got to have that in my life. So I'm not reading this every day, and I am a little bit behind in it, but hopefully over the next couple of weeks I will have some time to catch up in this, but I'm not super worried about finishing it this year. Like, I feel like you can kind of, it's almost like a collection of short stories for me, where, like, you can just kind of dip in and out of it, and each little piece within it makes you feel full of the Christmas spirit, so I don't know, I don't feel like an enormous amount of pressure to finish this year, and I kind of want to, I'm almost afraid to finish it, because then I feel like it will be less special, but, you know, we'll see what happens. Okay, and then this one, oh boy. So I found this at the library. This is Charlotte Bronte, A Fiery Heart by Claire Harman, which quickly, like, booted out several of my other reads, because I have just, if I'm being honest with you guys, I have just been reading Harry Potter and this Bronte biography primarily for a couple of weeks now, despite all of my other, like, novel reading intentions for the month. But, you know, when you're, like, hectic in the mind, you just have to read what you have to read, and yeah, Harry Potter and this Bronte biography have just really been doing it for me this month. So yeah, this is a biography about Charlotte Bronte. It also obviously, like, talks a lot about the other Bronte siblings and the Bronte family in general, because you can't really talk about Charlotte without talking about her environment and the people that she spent the majority of her time with. I am loving it. I love reading about the Bronte sisters. Like, Branwell, that's fine. We could talk about Branwell. I know that, like, he's very important to the study of any one of the Bronte sisters, and he was hugely influential on their life experience, but, like, really, I'm just here for Charlotte, I'm just here for Emily, and I'm just here for Anne. So just learning, like, little tidbits about their family, their life at Haworth, and just diving into, like, the inner world of Charlotte is just delighting me right now. So yeah, this I feel like I'm gonna stick with throughout the rest of December. And then this one I find kind of hard to talk about. It's called The Country Diary Christmas Book by Sarah Hollis. I've taken the cover off, so boring for you to look at. This is, I think, looking at, let me just read you the first couple of sentences of the introduction. This book is a celebration of the Edwardian Christmas, inspired by Edith Holden's famous books, The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady and Nature Notes of an Edwardian Lady. So yeah, it's just full of, like, cool historical photos and wintry, Christmassy artwork. There's recipes in here. There's, like, social history, countryside traditions in here, potpourri, knit your own Christmas sweater. That's a random knitted hedgehog. There's poetry in here, Christmas poetry. So it's just a nice, like, coffee table read, or something to read at bedtime if your mind is frazzled and you just need to settle down with some lovely Edwardian Christmas joy. So yeah, again, not one that I'm, like, aiming to finish or anything, just something that I pull out every year and spend a little bit of time with over the Christmas period. Who's next? Susan Branch. Don't babble on hysterically about Susan Branch, Taylor. Okay, if you don't know, Susan Branch is a artist and writer who lives on Martha's Vineyard, and she is just a hero in my life, kind of. Like, I just find her so inspirational. I first discovered her, I think actually through this book, which is at my auntie's house in Oregon, and I, was nosing through her bookshelves, as you do, and saw this and was just like, what is this glorious, cozy Christmas joy? I love Susan Branch. I'm trying to find something pretty to show you from here. Yeah, Susan Branch is just coziness, celebrating food, celebrating, like, the good, wholesome things in life, and to me, she is just unapologetically positive, and she's very, like, hygge, whimsy, and magic. She's truly, like, a Christmas elf, spiritually speaking, and I just love that. I love all of her books that I have read. I want to read everything by her, and this is just super inspirational to me at Christmas time. This is a cookbook. Sorry, I should have explained. She writes, like, illustrated, like, diaries or memoirs, but primarily she writes cookbooks, and I love that she kind of focuses her cookbooks around the seasons. So I have her summer one, I have her autumn one, but her cookbooks are not just cookbooks. They're full of wonderful quotes, beautiful little spreads. Like, they're just as much a delight to look at as to read. So, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, the artwork and the whole aesthetic of her books is a huge part of the overall experience to me. So yeah, I love Susan Branch. I love her, did I say what it was called? Christmas from the Heart of the Home? That's what it's called. Anyway, okay, this one, kind of in a similar vein, is called Country Christmas, Decorating the Home for the Festive Season by Carolyn Atkins. This is just, again, like a coffee table book. It's a bit dated, but I still really like it. It's just, I don't know, I like interior books, like Victoria type of stuff, where there's just, like, cozy little scenes to inspire you for, like, whatever space you have to decorate in. And yeah, this is just really, like, wintry to me. I feel like this is one that you can, like, read throughout the winter, not just at Christmas time. And yeah, just in the Christmassy aesthetic inspiration category. Okay, I feel like we're doing pretty good here, you guys. Okay, this is Nigella's Christmas Cookbook, which I would not be without at Christmas time, ever, ever, ever. Nigella is my fairy godmother of the kitchen. She is my Julia child. I love her. I worship her. I just couldn't do without any of her cookbooks, but particularly her Christmas cookbook is just a sumptuous delight. This year in particular, I'm not going to try to find these pictures for you. I'm just trying to find, like, a somewhat Christmassy picture to show you from here. This year in particular, I want to do the fully loaded potato skins from here and the, like, double chocolate Christmas cookies. Without the sprinkles, I'm not a huge fan of sprinkles. I just want a plain cookie, you guys. So, yeah, I read through this every year. I curl up with it on the couch. I drool over it. If I could, I would just make almost everything in it, but, you know, maybe by the time I'm old. And then, this is The Christmas Tale of Peter Rabbit. We're getting into, like, the children's books now, Christmassy children's books. So this is The Christmas Tale of Peter Rabbit by Emma Thompson, inspired by the original tales of Beatrix Potter. I love this. I love Emma Thompson's writing. I think that she is just brilliant as a writer, honestly, in addition to being a brilliant actress, and I found this utterly delightful. And I have not made it to this one yet in my Christmassy children's book reading, so I'm really excited to curl up with it and see the Christmassy shenanigans that Peter gets up to once again. And then, I may or may not have already read this one twice this month, and it's I'll Be Home for Christmas by Hobbie, a Toot and Puddle book. I love Toot and Puddle, okay? They are darling to me. They are precious to me. I want to go to their house in Woodcock Pocket. I want to drink tea with them and eat cake and just do all of the cozy things. They are some truly inspirational pigs, you guys. I think they're adorable. Hobbie's artwork is just everything to me. I absolutely love it and treasure it, and this book is just cozy and precious joy. So if you haven't made it to this one yet and you like Toot and Puddle, if you like coziness and like New England Christmas vibes, please read this. Like, give Toot and Puddle a try, okay? They just want to be your friend. Okay, and then this is The Night Before Christmas, the classic edition by Clement Seymour, illustrated by Charles Santore. I think is how you pronounce his last name. Just a classic standby for Christmas. I actually bought this for myself this month, and I'm excited to be able to pull it out every December and just experience this wonderful classic Christmas poem. It is everything that is cozy and magical at Christmas time. So definitely love that. And then this one, I haven't made it to this one yet, but I have read it before. It is The Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey by, Susan Wojciechowski? Illustrated by P.J. Lynch. Sorry if I butchered your name, Susan. This is a delightful Christmas story about a man named Jonathan Toomey who is not having a great time in December. He is a little bit heartbroken, a little bit bitter, and he comes into contact with a woman and her son, and, you know, I wouldn't say it's like a Scrooge story exactly. There's a little bit more to it than that, and it's a little bit different than that, but it's just a lovely, delightful Christmas story about redemption and making new friends and connecting with other humans at Christmas time and finding your own humanity again and connecting with the spirit of Christmas. So yeah, I really love it. The artwork and illustrations are absolutely gorgeous. Let me find one for you. We're gonna try to go with one from the beginning. We'll go with this one. So this is Jonathan Toomey in his workshop, working away. So yeah, would highly recommend giving that one a go if you're into Christmas books for children, even if you're a grown-up. And then finally, this is the cozy issue of Bella Grace magazine. I love Bella Grace. I have several issues of it. I love it not only to read, but also to collage with later, in like my journals and my diary and stuff. Their photography is just utterly gorgeous, completely cozy. Their magazine in general is super cozy. Like this article, for example, is called 51 Unexpected Sources for Coziness. So they do a lot of like lists in their issues, which I really enjoy. And yeah, it's a magazine that I would say would work for you if you are like bookish, introverted, a homebody, but with a bit of an adventuring spirit, and you're into like connecting with your good feelings, gratitude, the magic of like ordinary everyday life. This can all be found in issues of Bella Grace. So yeah, I'm looking forward again to like curling up with this on the couch by the Christmas tree and maybe sipping some hot cocoa and just having a lovely Christmassy time. So that's it, guys. I now have a pile of Christmassy books on the floor. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you're interested in any of them. now and let me know. I'm most curious to know what you are reading over the Christmas period. What do you want to be curling up with by the Christmas tree with your hot chocolate or coffee or tea? And I hope that you have a very cozy rest of your December, and I hope that your transition into 2021 is peaceful and nice. Nice and easy. I don't know if I'll be back for another video before the end of the year. We'll see how the rest of my December goes, so I'm just making this little speech in case I don't see you again for a bit. But anyway, happy reading, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!